Every day we plug in our phones, laptops, kitchen appliances, and countless other devices without giving the plug itself a second thought. It's one of those everyday objects that feels so ordinary it almost disappears into the background. But if you look closely, a power plug is far more than just a piece of metal and plastic. Every edge, pin, and layer has a purpose shaped by decades of engineering, safety improvements, and real-world experience. So why does a power plug look the way it does, and what does every part actually do? Let's break it all down part by part, right here, on History of Simple Things. Electricity has become so reliable that it's easy to forget how dangerous it can be. Before standardized electrical systems became common in the early 20th century, connecting appliances to power was often inconsistent and sometimes hazardous. Different manufacturers created their own plugs and sockets, making compatibility a constant problem. Even more concerning was the risk of accidental electric shock or electrical fires caused by poor connections. As homes became filled with more electrical devices, engineers realized they needed a universal way to deliver electricity that balanced convenience with safety. The modern power plug is the result of that long process, evolving into a carefully designed connector where nearly every visible feature serves a specific purpose. The first thing you'll notice is the outer casing, usually made from tough plastic or rubber-like materials. This housing isn't simply there to hold everything together. It acts as the first line of protection between people and live electrical parts. Materials used in quality plugs are chosen because they are excellent electrical insulators, meaning electricity cannot easily pass through them. They're also designed to resist heat, impacts, and wear from years of plugging and unplugging. Inside this shell are metal terminals that securely clamp the wires from the power cord, preventing them from loosening over time. The body also provides enough space to separate electrical connections, reducing the chance of short circuits while keeping dangerous voltage safely out of reach. The metal prongs are the parts everyone recognizes, but each one has a different job depending on the plug's design. In many countries, two prongs carry the electrical current. One supplies electricity from the outlet while the other returns it, completing the circuit. Many larger appliances include a third prong, which introduces another important layer of protection. The prongs themselves are usually made from brass or copper alloys, because these metals conduct electricity efficiently while resisting corrosion. Their thickness and spacing are carefully standardized so they fit snugly into matching outlets. A firm connection minimizes electrical resistance, helping prevent excessive heat that could damage both the plug and the socket during normal use. What many people don't realize is that some of the most important parts of a power plug can't be seen at all. Inside many plugs are screws or crimped terminals that grip the wires securely, ensuring they remain connected despite years of movement. Many plugs also include strain relief, a clamp that grips the cable jacket rather than the wires themselves. Without it, repeatedly pulling on the cord could eventually break internal connections or expose live conductors. In countries like the United Kingdom, plugs also contain replaceable fuses that disconnect power if excessive current flows through the appliance. These hidden components rarely receive attention, yet they quietly prevent many of the failures that could otherwise become dangerous. Not every power plug looks the same because electrical systems developed independently around the world. Today, there are more than a dozen commonly used plug types, each designed to match local standards for voltage, frequency, and safety requirements. North America primarily uses types A and B, Much of Europe uses types C, E, or F, while countries like the United Kingdom use the distinctive type G plug with 3 rectangular prongs. Australia has its own Type 1 design, and several other regions use unique variations. Although these differences can be inconvenient for travelers, they reflect decades of national engineering decisions and infrastructure. Despite their appearance, all of these plugs are trying to accomplish the same goal: delivering electricity safely and reliably. Once you understand each component, the shape of a power plug begins to make much more sense. Rounded edges make handling easier while reducing damage from accidental impacts. The spacing of the prongs prevents incorrect insertion, while polarized plugs ensure some appliances connect with the correct electrical orientation. Many modern plugs also feature partially insulated prongs, reducing the chance of touching energized metal during insertion or removal. Even the flexibility of the cord and the angle where it enters the plug are designed to reduce stress over years of everyday use. What appears to be a simple connector is actually the product of countless engineering refinements, each solving a problem discovered through decades of practical experience. The anatomy of a power plug reminds us that some of the most familiar objects around us are also among the most thoughtfully engineered. Its design wasn't created all at once, nor was it shaped purely by appearance. Instead, every feature, from the insulated body to the carefully spaced prongs and hidden internal components, exists because someone identified a problem and found a safer, more reliable solution. We rarely stop to appreciate it because it works so consistently, quietly doing its job thousands of times throughout its lifetime. Yet every time we connect a device to the wall, we're relying on more than a century of electrical engineering packed into something that fits in the palm of our hand. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.